Maryam Rajavi sent message on World Day against the death penalty. Iranian opposition leader Maryam Rajavi sent a message to mark the World Day against the death penalty. She said, "Over the past 40 years, the cycle of executions of youth in Iran actually perpetrated the rule of the mullahs' religious tyranny. Flagrant violations of human rights in Iran, including incessant executions by the clerical regime, are carried out to a large extent under the auspices of the policy of appeasement and the silence of Western governments. Since 2013, when Rouhani took office, 4,000 have been executed." She said, "The United Nations must pressure the clerical regime to admit to Iran their fact-finding delegation to visit prisons where political prisoners are detained, and the international community must recognize the right of the people of Iran to a sovereign republic." Iraq protest death toll increases. Iran vows to send oppressive forces. News outlets are shedding more light on crimes committed by the Iran-backed Hashd al-Shaibi militia in Iraq, alongside other Tehran-backed proxy groups against Iraqi demonstrators. The As'ib al-Haq and Katib Hezbollah, both branches of the Iranian regime's Revolutionary Guards Quds force in Iraq, are resorting to any and all crimes in their killings of Iraqi protesters. This includes firing directly at demonstrators, dispatching snipers to murder local demonstration leaders in Iraqi cities, attacking the offices of various media outlets, and assaulting reporters. The Iranian regime's president, Hassan Rouhani's latest remarks shed light on the mullahs meddling in Iraq and serves as an acknowledgement that Tehran is dispatching forces to the country under the pretext of providing security and protection for an upcoming religious ceremony. Rouhani said on Wednesday, "Fortunately, all of our apparatus and institutions are participating. Everyone is helping, from the municipalities to the Ministry of Health, Roads and Construction, Interior, the Armed Forces, the Police, the IRGC PASIG, the Foreign Ministry, the Red Crescent, the Communications Ministry. All organs, all public and non-governmental entities are taking part." AIDS crisis in Iranian village. Iran's regime continues suppression. The situation remains tenuous in Lordagan County, which has been grappling with an AIDS crisis in the past week. According to reports by the locals, security forces have a heavy presence in the city and are strictly controlling all movements. The regime's suppressive forces arrest anyone they deem suspicious and have established an environment of fear in the city. According to the locals, the regime's security forces have arrested between 150 and 200 people and transferred all of them to Shahrekord, the province's capital. Protests erupted in Lordagan after news broke that health ministry workers had infected hundreds of residents in Shana Mahmoudi village with the HIV virus by using contaminated syringes during blood tests. Iranian regime officials tried to downplay the situation by laying the blame on the residents themselves, but this measure only resulted in more outrage and intensified the protests. New restrictions on entrance of 4,000 women to Azadi Stadium. After restriction of sale of tickets to only 4,000 women, the regime is now putting up fences for the women's section. The Ministry of Sports considered 4,000 seats for women. Now the platforms where women are going to sit are being fenced off. Reporters and photographers who had entered Azadi Stadium to report on the drilling exercises of Iran's national football team said they saw people installing fences around the women's platform.